She handed me the shirt like it was some kind of prank. "Put this on," she said, grinning for the crowd's amusement. "The loser of the house." That phrase was printed in bold black letters. Laughter erupted. My parents chuckled, trying to ease the awkwardness. "Lighten up, son," my father offered. But I didn't laugh. I didn't move. I just stood there, beneath lights I had installed, inside a home I had bought, holding a glass of champagne I had paid for. They toasted her. "To the real breadwinner," my father said proudly. "To the most amazing daughter-in-law," my mother chimed in. Applause. Mail. Cameras flashing. I stood frozen, silent, unseen. That night, she slept peacefully like royalty. The shirt lay crumpled on our bedroom floor. Picked it up. Stared at the word again. Loser. Now the letters screamed at me. I couldn't sleep. I remembered when she used to look at me like I meant the world. Back when I supported her through late-night classes. When I cheered her on during interviews. When I cooked dinners so she could work overtime. I had even accepted a pay cut to stay home more, seeking balance for us. But the higher she climbed, the smaller I seemed in her eyes. It started subtly. Sarcastic digs. Passive-aggressive comments. "You're just not made for the fast lane. I'll make the decisions from now on. Just keep the house going." And I did. Quietly. Smoothly. But she mistook my silence for weakness. She didn't think I'd notice when she changed the passwords. Or when she began working late. Too often. Or how she whispered on the balcony, smiling in ways she hadn't smiled at me in months. I watched. I listened. I remembered. Then one night she slipped. A name. Darren. Her boss. I didn't confront her. Don't yell. Yelling surrenders power. Instead I began studying him. Divorced. He. The type who calls assistants sweetheart, and drinks scotch before noon. A man who should have known better. She didn't know I had a background in cybersecurity. Didn't know I still kept those skills sharp. One night while she slept, I installed a keylogger on her work laptop. 2 minutes. That's all it took. She never even locked it. What I found shocked me. Emails, explicit and unguarded. They joked about me. "He's too dumb to suspect anything." They had plans. To move in together. To make a life. Once things were settled. They didn't expect the quiet man to be watching. I began collecting everything. Emails, timestamps, screenshots, policy violations, HR red flags. All digitally signed by both of them. But I wasn't ready to strike. Not yet. Instead I played my part. I cooked. Cleaned. I laughed at her stories from the office. I even wore the stupid t-shirt once. And all the while, I laid the groundwork. I sent an anonymous tip to her company's ethics board. Just enough to start a quiet internal review. Then I contacted Darren's ex-wife. To my surprise, she was more than willing to talk. Furious, even. Turns out I wasn't the first man Darren had used as a doormat. She provided financial documents, vacation logs, and a timeline of a past affair. I aligned her data with mine. The overlap was devastating. Now I had 2 targets. 2 egos tangled in lust and ambition. Then came the promotion party. She planned it herself. Invited my family. Used my money. And turned me into the evening's punchline. That night I confirmed the last detail. She was using corporate funds for personal gifts. Approved by Darren. I waited until morning. She left for work, proud and buzzing with caffeine. Then I acted. I uploaded everything. Emails, call logs, financial records, even audio clips from our smart assistant. It records when spoken to directly, and they never realized. I sent it all from a clean, untraceable account to the company's CEO, legal department, and board of directors. Subject line. Breach of conduct. Urgent review requested. Within an hour, her phone began to vibrate non-stop. First it was Darren. HR. Then legal. She ignored them all. At 9:42 a.m., she was called into the CEO's office. At 10:01 a.m. I got the first message. "Can we talk?" Then 98 more followed. By lunch, Darren was placed on immediate leave. She was escorted out. Her badge was revoked by security. By 3 p.m. their department was in chaos. By that evening she came home pale, trembling. "We need to talk." I was calm, stirring a cup of tea. I handed her a folder. Divorce papers already signed. "I'll be keeping the house," I said. "It was mine from the beginning." She opened her mouth. I raised a finger. "Don't. You lost your right to speak for me the day you handed me that shirt." She cried, begged, said it was just a mistake, just a phase. I looked through her like glass. "You made me invisible," I said. "So I disappeared. And while you were busy performing, I was watching." She tried to tear the papers. I handed her another copy. Now, weeks later, the house is quiet again. Her name is being removed from company records. Darren's ex-wife is pressing charges for financial misconduct. Their careers are over. Their reputations. As for me, I still have the shirt. I had it framed. Now hangs in my office. A reminder. Sometimes the so-called loser of the house is just the one playing the long game. And I never lose at games I design.